The Supreme Court has made a significant decision. They vacated a lower court's ruling. This ruling had limited the power of judges appointed by former President Trump. The Supreme Court's action has sent ripples through the legal landscape. It has sparked debate about the balance of power. The lower court's ruling had been hailed by some. They saw it as a necessary check on executive power. Others criticized it. They argued that it undermined the legitimacy of the judiciary. The Supreme Court's decision has reignited this debate. This decision is not just about Trump-appointed judges. It is about the relationship between the different branches of government. It is about the role of the judiciary in a democracy. The implications of this decision will be felt for years to come. The Supreme Court's decision has brought the issue of universal injunctions to the forefront. A universal injunction is a court order. It blocks the implementation of a policy nationwide. This type of injunction has been used increasingly in recent years. It is a tool for challenging executive actions. During the Trump administration, universal injunctions were frequently used. Opponents of Trump's policies turned to the courts. They sought to block actions they deemed unlawful or harmful. Universal injunctions allowed a single judge to halt a policy across the country. The use of universal injunctions has been controversial. Proponents argue that they are essential. They protect individual rights from executive overreach. Critics argue that they are undemocratic. They allow a single judge to override the will of the elected president. The Supreme Court's decision does not outlaw universal injunctions entirely, but it does suggest that they should be used sparingly. The court emphasized the importance of respecting the separation of powers. It also highlighted the need for judicial restraint. While the Supreme Court's decision has broad implications, it stemmed from a specific case. Unfortunately, the exact details of the case and the Trump-era policy it challenged remain unclear. This lack of clarity makes it difficult to fully assess the immediate consequences of the ruling. However, the Supreme Court's focus on universal injunctions provides some insight. It suggests that the case involved a challenge to a nationwide policy. This policy was likely blocked by a lower court using a universal injunction. The Supreme Court's decision to vacate that injunction indicates a skepticism towards their broad use. The lack of detail surrounding the specific case is notable. It highlights the complexity of legal proceedings and the often opaque nature of Supreme Court decisions. Further investigation is needed to understand the full scope of the ruling and its impact on the specific policy in question. The Supreme Court's decision will have far-reaching consequences. It will shape the relationship between the judiciary and the executive branch. The ruling suggests a shift in the balance of power. It empowers the executive branch. It may also limit the ability of courts to block executive actions. This decision could have a significant impact on policymaking. It may embolden future presidents to pursue controversial policies. They may be less concerned about facing nationwide injunctions. This could lead to a more assertive executive branch. The decision also raises questions about the role of the judiciary. Some argue that the court has abdicated its responsibility. They believe the court should protect individual rights from executive overreach. Others praise the decision. They argue that it restores the proper balance of power. The long-term impact of this decision remains to be seen. However, it is clear that it represents a significant development in American law and politics. It will be debated and analyzed for years to come.